Hello, and welcome to our lesson on developing a worldwide sourcing program. This segment will cover moving to a global sourcing philosophy. At some point, many companies determine that moving beyond basic international purchasing might yield new and untapped benefits. International purchasing and global sourcing are evolving levels or steps along a continuum. Level 1 includes those firms that only purchase domestically. Sourcing domestically could result in purchases from international suppliers that have facilities in the United States. Level 2 represents basic international purchasing that is usually reactive and uncoordinated between buying locations or units. Strategies and approaches developed in Level 3 begin to recognize that a properly executed worldwide sourcing strategy can result in significant improvements. However, this level's strategies must be better coordinated across worldwide buying locations, operating centers, functional groups, or business units. Level 5 represents the integration and coordination of sourcing strategies across worldwide buying locations and represents a sophisticated level of strategy development. Operating at this level requires worldwide information systems, personnel with sophisticated knowledge and skills, extensive coordination and communication mechanisms, an organizational structure that promotes central coordination of global activities, leadership that endorses a global approach to sourcing. Although worldwide integration occurs in Level 4, which is not the case with Level 3, the integration is primarily cross-locational rather than cross-functional. Organizations that operate at Level 5 have achieved the cross-locational integration that firms operating at the 4th level have achieved. The primary distinction is that Level 5 participants integrate and coordinate common items, processes, designs, technologies, and suppliers across worldwide purchasing centers and with other functional groups, particularly engineering. This integration occurs during new product development as well as during the sourcing of items or services to fulfill continuous demand or aftermarket requirements. Only those firms that have worldwide design, development, production, logistics, and procurement capabilities can progress to this level. Although many firms expect to advance to Level 5, the reality is that many lack the understanding or the willingness to achieve this level of sophistication. A significant research project on global sourcing with 167 companies identified factors that drove global sourcing performance. These factors were a defined process to support global sourcing, centrally coordinated and centrally led decision-making, site-based control of operational activities, real-time communication tools, information sharing with suppliers, availability of critical resources, sourcing and contracting systems, and international purchasing office support. Developing a rigorous and well-defined approach or process is critical to global sourcing success. Some organizations have adapted their commodity or regional strategy process for global sourcing. When this occurs, the international process will likely weigh certain factors differently. For example, more emphasis is placed on risk factors and total landed cost. The recent dual trends to evaluating revenue impact and the desire to minimize risk have led to more nearshoring, leading to a global sourcing strategy that positions the supply base regionally with central oversight. A defined process helps overcome many of the differences inherent in global sourcing. Social culture and laws, personnel skills and abilities, and business culture are 3 areas where differences are the greatest across different geographic units. A global sourcing process helps align other participants and practices around the globe. Maintaining central control and leadership over strategic activities enhances the probability of achieving a range of improved sourcing process outcomes. These benefits include improved standardization or consistency of the sourcing process, early supplier involvement, supplier relationships, client, stakeholder, and executive satisfaction with sourcing. Firms that also decentralize operational activities during global sourcing are likely to realize lower total cost of ownership, better inventory management, and improved performance to external customers. Operational activities at a decentralized level include issuing material releases to suppliers, expediting orders when necessary, resolving performance problems, planning inventory levels, developing logistics plans. globalization is a continuous journey of development and improvement. Foremost in this journey is the need to develop or obtain supply management skill sets that encourage evaluating the supply network from a worldwide perspective. Other developments include the need to agree on global performance measures and establish integrated systems among worldwide units and suppliers. Doing this requires the continued development and refinement of integrated and coordinated global sourcing strategies across the functional organization. Greater integration among marketing, engineering, and sourcing groups should occur as firms evolve toward higher globalization levels. This increased integration has resulted in a trend toward doing business with suppliers that have global capabilities. In addition, global sourcing will shift from part, that is, component sourcing, to subsystems, systems, and services. Cost reduction pressures will also continue sourcing in low-cost emerging supply markets, such as China, India, Brazil, and Eastern Europe. Although very attractive from a price standpoint, these markets have hidden costs that must be identified. The ability to manage these changes will begin to separate leading companies from average ones. Companies that produce and sell worldwide should now view global sourcing as a part of their overall sourcing strategy. Pursuing a competitive advantage requires the development of global processes and strategies that become an integral part of a firm's supply management efforts. Understanding the critical differences between transactional international purchasing and integrated global sourcing is essential before managers realize the benefits that global sourcing can offer an organization. This is the end of our lesson. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you in our next lesson.